Joining us now on the show, we have Attorney Israelito Torion, counsel of Senator Bato de la Rosa. Magandang umaga po, Attorney.
Hi. Good morning.
There you go. Looks like that's better. Una-una ho, kayo po ay nagpetisyon sa Supreme Court ng TRO to issue a TRO against the enforcement of any arrest warrant against your client. What's the update on that?
No, it's not against the warrant. The TRO is not against the warrant. The TRO is against the implementation of whatever processes that are issued by the ICC or against any further cooperation with the ICC. Well, including the enforcement of any warrant, because we are no longer a state party to the Rome Statute. If we are no longer a state party to the Rome Statute, then there is no reason for us to cooperate anymore with the ICC. That's the reason. And on the side, since Ombudsman Remulla likewise declared that he has a copy of the warrant not only once but thrice, we filed a motion for him to be compelled to present to the Supreme Court a copy of the warrant so that we can prove its existence and thereby prove that there is clear and urgent necessity on the part of the Supreme Court to act on the matter. However, the motion, the side motion, which is only an incidental motion, was denied, and we are now in the process of filing a motion for reconsideration. But the main motion of requesting for temporary restraining order against the further cooperation with ICC is somehow acted upon, and the respondents are being required to comment within 10 days from yesterday.
So meron na ho, may response na, dun sa una.
Opo.
Okay. What was the reason given by the court for the rejection of the second appeal, your very urgent motion to compel the ombudsman to produce the ICC warrant? Ano po yung naging dahilan for the rejection?
Based on the press release, nothing. No reason was provided. That is why, as a lawyer, nagpadala po ako ng sulat requesting for an official copy of the resolution so that I can be properly guided as to the reason provided by the Supreme Court, because it is a constitutional requirement that any decision should provide the reasons based on the law and the facts on which it is based. Nasa Constitution po natin yan. So, bago ako mag-comment na kailangan meron akong kopya muna ng resolution, kasi sa press release wala pong rasong binigay.
So nalaman nyo lang ho ito sa media?
Nalaman ko lang sa media, pati sa email wala pa akong na-receive. Nagpadala na akong sulat po kaagad nung paglabas ng presser ng Supreme Court. Walang rason na binigay, at saka pag-check namin sa email namin, wala pang email namin, so wala pang kopya sa email namin. Nagpadala ko ng sulat sa Supreme Court para ma-verify talaga natin, hindi speculative.
Okay, we had the Ombudsman, Boying Remulla, on one of our shows here, yung Storycon po, at sabi po niya, he insists that he has the ICC warrant but says it came from unofficial sources at hindi pa raw po ito actionable, pero paparating na. How does that change your position on this?
It reinforces my stand, because he stood on his statement not only once but thrice per my record. So, being the Ombudsman, one of the highest officials of the land under Article 11 of the 1987 Constitution, is supposed to be the protector of the people, then there is a presumption na totoo yung sinabi niya, at saka kailangan namin yun, kasi kaso namin yun yun ang mag-prove na nandyan na talaga ang warrant. So kung nandyan na yung warrant, dapat i-require siya na i-presenta para ma-explain po sino ang nagbigay sa kanya nito, kailan binigay, at under whose authority ang tao na nagbigay sa kanya, kasi confidential document siya, ang lakas-lakas naman niya, meron siyang kopya, at saka sa lahat ng mga officials na gobyerno, siya lang ang may kopya, so kailangan ipa-explain yun sa kanya at ipa-produce sa kanya.
Hindi ba ho maganda yun dahil may paunang warning na ho sa inyong kliyente?
Regardless of maganda o hindi, ang kinakailangan ay maging totoo tayo. Officer siya ng korte, abogado pa rin siya. So dapat, sana, kung meron siya, presenta niya sa Korte Suprema. Kasi kung meron na, unofficial o hindi, actionable document na yun. Kasi paano siya nagkaroon ng kopya nun? Tatanungin ng korte dapat kung sino ang source niya. Saan galing yun? Kasi yung mga bagay na yun, sikreto yun, confidential yun. Kung totoo, di aarestuhin kaagad nila. Iba-iba pa naman yung pronouncement nila, extradition ba o surrender. Tapos yung konsepto nila ng surrender, dadakpin nila kaagad. Parang wala tayong konstitusyon, para tayong walang Bill of Rights dito sa Pilipinas. Kinakailangan yan maklaro lahat. Para hindi naman tayo mga slave ng ibang bansa, ng korte ng ibang bansa na pag maglabas lang sila ng arrest warrant, wala ng karapatan ng Korte Suprema, ang ating mga korte, na alamin kung bakit nagkaroon ng warrant at siya ba talaga na in accordance ba yun sa proseso ng ating bansa. Pilipinas pa rin tayo. Maski naman po marami tayong problema, we are a sovereign nation. Our laws should be followed if any processes from other institutions are sought to be implemented here.
Has your client been in distress ever since the announcement of the ombudsman?
No, kalmang-kalma siya. Nagkaroon kami ng isang beses na nagkausap kami kalmang-kalma siya. Chief PNP naman yan. Ang gusto lang niya mangyari, alamin talaga kung ano bang totoo nito so that he can be properly guided as to what he will do under the present dispensation. Kasi naman, iba-iba nga, sabog nga ang mensahe ng gobyerno. Yung isa, tinanggal na nga, sabi, i-follow daw yung extradition rules. Okay yun, kasi extradition rules. Yung iba naman, surrender. Iba pang konsepto ng surrender. Dadakpin lang kaagad si Senator De La Rosa, katulad ni Tatay Digong, at ipadala doon sa Hague. Kasi yun daw ang konsepto ng surrender. Hindi na dadaan sa proseso ng ating korte. At kung saan mang korte, hindi pa nga nakadefine. Wala pa tayong rules, implementing rules and regulations as to what are the processes behind surrender. Wala pa yan sa ating batas. Kaya kailangan muna klaruhin yan sa ating mga batas, to our rules, para mag-guide naman yung akusado kung anong gagawin niya, saan siya dudulog. Kailangan ma-clarify yan. Kasi kung hindi ma-clarify yan sa ating bansa, na lang tayong tuta ng ibang ng institusyon like ICC.
Well, but what is the current status of Senator Bato de la Rosa? How long will he make himself scarce?
I do not know. I'm not Senator Bato, but I could not fully speak for him kasi lawyer niya ako. Pero sa tingin ko, sinisigurado muna niya kung ano ba talaga, meron ba o wala. Meron, wala. Parang ngayon parang hayang kulog karon ba? Kung sa Binisaya pa sa mua. Hindi klaro. Sabog po ang mensahe ng gobyerno.
Is it the same as hiding? Kasi
No.
hindi po niya nagagampanan ng kanyang tungkulin dito sa Senado, hindi po siya nakakapag-attend.
Hindi naman yun hiding sa tingin ko kasi he is just making himself unavailable as of the moment. Especially in the light of the fact that the government's message is not clear. Kasi kung klaro yung mensahe ng gobyerno, alam namin kung anong gagawin namin. Paano kung bigla na lang, hindi ako nagsasabi nagtatago siya. Paano kung sisipot siya doon sa Senado? Nandito na pala 30 seconds ago yung warrant of arrest. Pagkatapos ng sesyon mo, takpin ka na namin. Wala pang rules kung ano yung surrender. Diba? Ang kanilang konsepto ng surrender, takpin ka na lang agad. Wala ng Bill of Rights, wala ng Article 3, Section 1, that no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or law without due process of law. Pilipinas ito, ang lahat naman ng mga akusado dito, merong warrant of arrest issued by a Philippine court. Hindi naman yun Philippine court, ICC yun. Dapat sana, magkaroon tayo ng klarong proseso kung paano gagawin yung surrender aspect doon sa ating Section 17 of RA 9851. Gagawin natin yun para malaman ng akusado o ng tao kung anong mga karapatan niya. Hindi po pwede na diretso lang na dakpin at i-deliver ka agad doon sa ICC. ICC.
Although, attorney, the ICC has released a new policy on arrest warrants dating or starting November 10 of 2025, very recent, saying that all applications for arrest warrants and summonses be filed confidentially either under seal or secret. So, ibig sabihin po, hindi po nila i-announce na may arrest warrant nga po that's out for yung mga nililitis po nila. What kind of clarity is
I
the
know
senator
that.
waiting for him to come out again?
I know that, and but we have a problem that the ombudsman himself declared that he already has a copy. So since he already has a copy and his pronouncements have the presumption of regularity of performance of duty, hindi naman niya duty yun. Bakit naman nasabi niya yun? Gusto namin malaman paano siya nagkaroon ng ganong warrant at saka sinong nagbigay sa kanya at para naman ma-prove namin na maski merong rules yung ICC rules, meron na palang kopya, kailangan na mag-act yung Supreme Court at tingin namin most respectfully kasi ang rights ni Senator De La Rosa is now in danger. There is a clear and urgent necessity for the Supreme Court, otherwise grave and irreparable injury will befall upon him if the Supreme Court would not act. Kaya gusto sana namin ipapresenta yun.
Nag-file na po ba ng leave si Senator Bato de la Rosa sa Senate?
Ayan, I have to ask you, I have to clarify kung nag-file siya ng leave. I'm sure his staff did that already, but I will verify. No, that's a very good question. I was not able to ask him that. I will make steps to or do steps in order to verify that.
But given the circumstances, indefinite pa po kung gaano katagal po na hindi po natin makikita si Senator physically.
Well, actually, the ball lies with the government. The government has to clarify as to whether or not the process that will be undertaken will be extradition or surrender. If it is surrender, then clear rules should be provided. Huwag naman sana nila ibalik kay Senator De La Rosa yung kanilang obligasyon. Obligasyon po ng Republika ng Pilipinas, ng gobyerno. Klaruhin kung ano ba talaga ang modality ng pagdala sa kanya, kung dadalahin ba talaga siya sa Netherlands. Obligasyon yun ng ating gobyerno kung i-define yung mga proseso sa surrender, kung surrender talaga yung gusto nila kasi sa tingin nila mas madali, hindi naman po pwede dadakpin nila kaagad. Iklaro nila yan, and then kung klaro na yan kung anong mga rules and regulations nila doon sa surrender aspect, then probably, of course, he is already properly guided. Alam na niya kung ano yung mga karapatan niya. Di baka magpakita na si Senator De La Rosa. Hindi natin sisihin si Senator De La Rosa if he is making himself unavailable simply because of the fact na walang klaro yung gobyerno. Dadakpin ba siya kaagad? I-kidnapin ba siya katulad ni Tatay Digong? Hindi naman po pwede yun kasi may karapatan siya. Klaruhin ng gobyerno yung mga rules natin kay para alam niya yung karapatan niya. Kaya huwag natin siya sisihin kung he is making himself unavailable kasi ang kasalanan niya, yung gobyerno natin walang klaro. Sabi, hindi na tayo state party. Tapos nag-entertain pala tayo ng mga state witnesses. Further cooperation yan. Sabog yung ating mensahe kasi. Klaruhin natin.
Okay, aantayin po natin ang sagot mula sa Korte Suprema, hopefully not too long, para makita na rin ho natin muli si Senator Bato. Maraming salamat sa inyo for your time today. We have the legal counsel of Senator Bato de la Rosa, among other cases he's handling. We have Attorney Israelito Torion.